After 2 decades of living and working in the United States, Aman Adineo was invited by the government of Ethiopia to set up the Ethiopia Commodity Exchange. As the founding chief operations officer of the institution, he realized there was little effort to have the complete coffee value chain under one entity. After his tour of service, instead of going back to the United States, he decided it was time to fill this gap in Ethiopia. He established METAD Agricultural Development PLC.
We're showing it can be done in just 2.5 years. We're getting good reviews, good name, high demand for our coffee.
We're a third-generation coffee family. It's great to pick up that baton again and restart that vision of coffee farm and coffee business as a family business.
Over 470 kilometers from Ethiopia's capital, Addis Ababa, in the southern region of the country, lies an optimal environment for coffee production. In Guji, 75 kilometers beyond Yirgachefe, which is referred to as the birthplace of coffee, is the Hambela farm, close to 200-hectare piece of land dedicated to coffee production. The farm is managed by METAD Agricultural Development PLC, a family-owned company. The grandparents of Aman Adineo and Tariku Adineo started the coffee business, and now they want to bring this legacy back.
This is huge for us. This is what giving back to the community means. It's easy to start a business in Addis or stay back in the US. That's the easiest thing, way out. But coming all the way here, working with the community, giving back, changing the standard of living of the people. That's the main objective. Coffee can be exported, just can be purchased at ECX and exported. That's not what we chose. That's one avenue. But we chose to participate in the entire value chain.
METAD decided to expand its production through engagement with outgrowers. Within 4 years, it has over 5,000 coffee farmers around Hambela region who are trained on how to produce quality coffee from the onset. Working directly with its outgrowers enables METAD to control and maintain the high quality it offers to the market.
These seeds are prepared from only red chassis collected and pulped in between tambis manually, not to break the seeds.
The farmers get seedlings for free and professional guidance from METAD at every stage of their production process. During the harvest period, all outgrowers bring their harvests to the Hambela farm, and the farm becomes a hive of activities as coffee enters the next stage of production.
traditional way of doing it 11 a.m. ሲሆን ቶሎ ተሯሩጦ መዝጋት ነው ደመና መሆኑ ስለዚህ ቶሎ እንዳይደርቅ የሚፈልግበት አንድ ፓርችመንቱ ክራክ እንዳያደርግ this is washed coffee by the way guys የታጠበ ማለት ይሄ ነው and ቶሎ ክራክ አደረገ ማለት ኳሊቲው ይጎዳል
METAD uses an ultra-modern eco-friendly wet mill to wash coffee and offers both washed and sun-dried coffee. The dried coffee beans are then packed and stored in conducive environment, awaiting transportation to the capital, Addis Ababa. It is payday. METAD outgrower farmers receive second payment, while at the same time receive post-harvest training. One way METAD ensures that outgrowers produce best coffee is by giving them pre- and post-harvest training in the community center it has built, as well as on its farms and nurseries.
Pay premium, as you know, and then give bonuses at the end of the season. Starting this year, we're going to be certified organic. That's going to give them additional premium on the price. That's shared with the outgrowers and the community. And because of this success, by the way, the AGP program chose us to replicate what we did in Hamballa and in Gadab. AGP is a program jointly run by USAID and the Ministry of Agriculture, and it's a government-sponsored project. So we're proud to be chosen and work with them.
ቡና በሌላ ሰው ለማንም አንሸጥም በቃ ከዚህም በፊት እኛን ቀብራችሁ ሌቦች ናቸው ከዚህም በፊት ከኛ እየገዙ ያሉት አሁን ገና አሁን ቅድም አብሮ የመጣው ገበሬ ይዤ የመጣሁት አለ ቦታ ሩቅ ስለሆነ ወደ 30 ኪሎ ሜትር በላይ ነው የመጣሁት አሁን እነሱም ፍላጋ ከዛ 30 ምናምን ኪሎ ሜትር ተመላልሼ በእግር እዚህ የመጣሁት በእነርሱ ላይ ያለ እነርሱ ለህዝባችን ጥቅም የሚያደርጉትን አይተ አሁን እኔም ገና አሁን ሁለት ቆርቆሮ በተሰራ አሁን በድንጋይ እየሰራውን ነው ቤት መለወጥ ጀመርኩላቸው ልጆቹ አሁን የኔ ልጆች አሁን ያሉ አራቶቹ ሁሉ ትምህርት ቤት ነው ያሉት ሁሉ ትምህርት ቤት እየተማሩ ነው በቃ አሁን በጣም ተለወጠ ከዛ አሁን ቡና ይሄ ችግኝ ቡና ማለት ነው ከሀገሪቱ አየር ጋር ተስማሚ የሚሆነውትን ቡና እሆች ችግኛችን እየሰሩ ለኛ ለገበሬዎቹ ያለ እንትን እየተከፋፈሉ ነው አሁን እንደዚህ በቃ ጥሩ ሁኔታ ላይ ነን አሁን በቃ ተሻሻለን
The harvested coffee is then transported to Addis Ababa to be prepared for export.
When we do that, we touch a lot of internal and external partners to manage that movement, such as we have to deal with insurance companies to get into when we transport the coffee. We have to deal with transportation companies by booking trucks and making sure that the proper way of the coffee is stored on the trucks and brought into Addis.
In Addis Ababa, samples are taken to the METAD laboratory for quality check. This is the first and only private state-of-the-art certified coffee quality control lab in Africa. It is certified by the Specialty Coffee Association of America.
We use our laboratory not only to check all the coffees that we produce or process, we also test coffees for third parties. They actually contract us to check their coffee, whether they're growers or buyers. We check the quality for them and give them a recommendation based on that, the result of the test. The other thing we use the laboratory is to certify coffees, Q certify, because METAD is the in-country partner for Coffee Quality Institute. It's called the CQI in Portland. in the US. So basically, buyers require Q-certified coffee in some cases. So the exporters or growers come to us and we certify the coffee. That gives them an additional value, by the way. When they have a certificate, they can market it better, and it's marketed at the CQI website as well. They're not alone. They have an additional ammunition to sell their coffees. The lab is always also used to train just cupping, and we're certified to train Q graders up to 12 students.
The first thing is just analyzing coffee at the green stage. That means we have primary defect and secondary defect. So we categorize these defects into, then we sort out every defects from each sample. So after sort out these defects, we count and we give some score. After green analysis, there is a roast analysis. So during roasting, we have to follow each activity, like the timing. Most coffee should be roasted in the range of 8 to 12 minutes. Then after roasting, there is a roast analyzer. So we have to check whether it is a medium, or light, or dark. So mostly for laboratory purpose, we use medium roast. So this medium roast can show us good characters of the coffee.
And when all quality is proven, the clean coffee is packed with clear indication of where the coffee came from. A buyer in a foreign country can easily trace the farmer of the coffee.
Once the coffee is ready to export, we have the documentation ready to do. We stuff all of our coffees here in Addis Ababa into the container, and the coffees are sealed in the container here in Addis. Why is that important? It's critical for us, again, to maintain the quality of the coffee, making sure that there is no tampering of the coffee and en route to Djibouti from Addis Ababa. Also, that would eliminate any potential issues from weather-related or even theft of coffee en route from Addis to Djibouti.
Because of our success in Hambella, the Minister of Agriculture and USAID's program, AGP program, selected us, invited us to participate, to compete for the Yirgacha Fegedeb project, which we won. And that's how we got started at the Yirgacha Fegedeb site.
Over the years, METAD has built a network of international clients who appreciate the consistent quality coffee that they receive from Ethiopia.
Their coffees, we buy more Ethiopian from METAD than anyone, typically are one of our most popular offerings. Their coffees continually cup better and better every year, and they already started cupping great at the beginning, so it's great to see that they always have very clean, nice floral big fruit cups, and at the same time they're not happy with the quality. They're always pushing forward, which is always a good sign. And so to us, every year we buy coffee, we get a little bit of improvement every time, which someone that is not just satisfied in having already amazing coffee is really special.
Oftentimes quality is something that people talk about in the abstract, and it's an abstract goal that may be second or third or fourth on the list of priorities. For METAD, it's a clear and tangible goal. It's an explicit goal, and it's at the top of the list. And that's reflected in the way they operate. It's reflected in the way they set up the business from the beginning. It's reflected in the way they treat the coffees and the lengths to which they go to try to implement quality control at each step.
The people that they are representing in Hambella and in Greater Guji really do feel like they're a part of a bigger community, And I think that's really important because in this area, they never felt that before. You know, farmers were really spread out and buyers were very far away. There certainly wasn't a lot of traceability in the area, in my experience at least. So to see what they've done and, you know, by virtue of being such a good business, just motivating people to levels that they didn't think possible, that's been really special to see and to feel like I've participated as one of their buyers.
Because of our hard work at the two farms and our contribution to the community, the government presented us with awards 2 years in a row, and we're very proud of that achievement.
METAD has won the Good Food Award, with many of its coffee varieties competing with coffee varieties from around the world. From 2,057 coffee from around the world competing for the Good Food Award, 27 awards went to the finals. 11 of the finalists were METAD coffee. Out of the 27, the 15 received Gold Award. Again, of the Gold Award winners, 6 were METADs. Back in the farm, METAD PLC continues being part of the community beyond just coffee production. It is supporting 800 students to get education and further offering scholarship to 105 university students from financially disadvantaged background.
We pay some of the teachers' salaries. We ask the community where they need help, and as much as we can, we try to oblige. In one of the peasant association, for example, what we call Kabale, we're building a community center as per their request. So people have a center to go to for meetings, for trainings, for so many things. And we will use it for our outgrower training as well.
The journey to produce quality coffee is a continuous one for METAD, as it works hard to ensure that Ethiopian coffee reaches the highest level possible of best coffee in the global market. This will not only mean better business for METAD, but also better income for the outgrowers who are behind this quality growth.
METAD! METAD! METAD!